Okay. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, did he just say... There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right! When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite of him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed! I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Or interjecting?
Yes!
Just a moment, please! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Attention!
Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for the court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it mean that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw! Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you are mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you are clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will now take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once! Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record.
So, the court has now heard a process of this case.
Yes. At the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment.
I call this a waiter. Oh wait, no, wrong voice. Looking at him, I was like,
I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who are present at the scene of the crime.
what do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities, that's the word. You said it. Professor Mikotoba said it. And so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you are innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you are willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Oh. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is! Wait, am I not live? Oh wait, no, I am live. I'm dust. I'm like, oh wait, huh? No, indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
That's what she said. Ugh.
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Oh.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Ayasanosa, reporting for duty, sir! Oh, Marcel, I find employer as a purveyor. Oh, wait, no. Old man voice. A fine article of antiquity from the... What? No, that's not old. It's not like an old man. Oh my gosh. No.
From the effervescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, humble premises in the 2nd District. Kiryu Karakuda at your service.
I'm just thinking about my old man. Two of us there. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Oh, Marcel, I can't get an old man voice. I have eventually take tea out of the most exquisite aroma. And the establishment in question always most new.
And frequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios in which I make my business.
I can't understand where that old man is staying. Neither can I. He's an antique dealer. And it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war! Sir! It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who was unloaded with his firearms, sir! This man's impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. I like the way he gives that look. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moments. You shot the victim dead. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony. Please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir! Sitting about ready to report, sir!
Oh, savory memories of the most acerbic afternoon.
This is not Old Western. What the witnesses saw. I was adjusting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a technical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio due to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged! I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes! The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian! And from the back, the cowardly little weasel!
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my most mysteriously absconding precious curio.
Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moments. You saw the split second when the defendant fired to the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy.
What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
But that is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor! After I'd say hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up... Oh, bang! Well, if that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now!
And we have heard, Your Excellency. There is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. And it is time to bring this despicable student to justice!
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? I mean the defense demands its right to have a cross-examination!
Let me guess. The Hatsumaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant.
Oh, what?
Kazuma is so demanding. I'm commanding. Not demanding, commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do with the cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. What the witnesses saw. I was investigating a regulations beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Marcel, I was extolling the virtues of a particular fine golden carrier to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged! I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes! The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the Englishman! Civilian ran from the back! The cowardly little weasel!
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysterious, absconded precious carrier.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Ryunosuke. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing RB. Go through each witness statement and the details about each piece of evidence. Compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency? When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other, present your evidence with why, and rip the witness apart! Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no basis, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart, and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So that's it. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find an inconsistency with the witness's statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statement over and over again, as many times as you like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. I was adjusting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Okay, I don't think we need to press on that. Well, actually, you know what, let's go ahead.
Yes!
Why? Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just ask about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then, this beefsteak you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! Ah! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet! Right! I see. Oh, thank you, sir. So next question. Like hearing this man so much. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Attention! Ah! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in the breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it! Yes, sir! I will, sir! On the double, sir! Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry, I'll do my best. So next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah? Negative! Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. It's not easy knowing what questions to ask.
Marcel, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
Actually, tell me more about this.
Yes!
I have no idea what you were talking about.
Cowbone, boy.
A koban? You mean an old Edo coin?
The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Hoei period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day with the said item secreted in my bosom pocket. In the hope of an affluent cognizant appraise of its indisputable value being present.
So, you were hoping to sell your koban coin? To Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant?
Yes. It's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You are about to assert that a penniless soldier would have no hope of purchasing a precious koban. Isn't that so?
Well... You little upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting the superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Blatant subordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might be just the word I was looking for.
In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. Therefore, remained precious few present with whom I could engage in discourse about matters of business.
Oops. The gentleman beside me, who was grappling with his braised veil at the time, was my sole prospect. I see. At that precise moment, a fire was discharged! Observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes! Okay.
Yes!
So, you were saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative! I saw you! Laughing, cackling, like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun on the English civilian. But that's impossible! I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What's that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it just have been after you heard the gunshot that you took over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Well, if that really is the case, it would mean that you didn't in fact see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. R! And double R! My sixth sense! Sorry? My sixth sense of danger! I picked it up on the waves of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind! Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, Cadet! Looking right at you, Cadet! Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I've got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense any danger in the air, son? Well, it would seem the soldier's absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian! From the back! Cowardly little weasel! Oh, from the back. Hold on. Can I... This is from the front. Can I present it right here?
Yes!
No? What are you playing at, Cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache! Inconsistency, sir! I mean, yes! There's a clear inconsistency here!
What nonsense! What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Cosmo, what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at this photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant Isonosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? Oh, that's it. The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet was fired at an English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I witnessed the crowd with my own military-grade eyes, sir!
Yes!
But no! That just can't be! And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at this print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? What the, is that a baby? It looked like a little baby. What was that? Something just popped out from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious log cut of a steak, sir!
What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayisa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all!
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Uh-oh. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial. Just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him! That university cadet there! He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back!
Yes!
But I never fired the gun! Oh, that way that moves. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man? You didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
Marcel, I was already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing?
Hunting for treasure.
Treasure? Treasure?
Indeed, the whole way era coupon, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place them in my bosom pocket at a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you.
On the day under scrutiny, it was a military man that I preferred my Hawaii treasure. I believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was nowhere more. It simply vanished. Come on, vanished? Handing around the table I was, and Kate may have fell in there. And then it happened.
Whew. You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not.
for I was concerned only with finding my absconding Hawaii treasure. Nothing could distract me! Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hawaii Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now! Oh, hello, hello, hello. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why not, Your Excellency? The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witness is...
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
My witness...
Wait, no. I forgot.
My witness...
Oh well, I'll just go with it.
My witness is a further testimony to me.
Explain.
Upon hearing the next statement, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who can possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruto!
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind this prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As a Kiriko glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir, at once, sir! Awaiting signal to testify, sir! Look at the baby. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think? Affirmative! The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks! Sir! Name, Ido! He's adorable. It would seem those straps are a sign of Sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ido, attention! Your father is about to quell the enemy! Watch and learn, my boy! The true culprit. Even if I saw it wasn't the precise moment the fire was discharged, it's almost the same thing! Yes, pointing this gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman. That and all by himself. The child no longer sounds like an old man. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out! These testimonies are certainly... Oh! Wait! That's nonsense! The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbites already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies.
Oh,
It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim of Lion was at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact.
is this photographic print of the scene of the crime? Counsel?
Indeed, at the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly. Based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Photographic print of the crime scene has been inserted into the court record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen on the victim's table. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true! I saw her! I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
They are very sensitive political times.
Oh, these are.
And we all know, the ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, TGAAC, will have contributed to the enmity of these two great empires is an honor.
How can this be happening? The judge is ready to roll! Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth, in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood?
Yes. Girls can be so unbending at times.
Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, or yeah, he's gonna the foreign man he was. That young lad in black, that much I myself I didn't see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at that time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. A visual search. Let's press on.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
I have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, now it appears that I've caught even a glimpse of this woman.
If only there'd been more people dining at that time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. A quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course, the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at the time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
What is that, Counsel?
And your medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Holta Clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. Every day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it already has no bearing on the case.
I wonder... What do you think, Rinosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence or not? Let's ask.
Yes!
The way he put his hand up is so cute. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
Oh...
The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon?
You have no authority to refuse a perfect valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Okay. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you!
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Karakuta-san.
Indeed, alone he was, the English gentleman dining all by himself. Therefore, no other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Actually, let's... I want to look at that. Can I? Will it not let me look at it? I want to examine it. Wait. I guess it won't let me yet. Excellent work, Rinosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press A and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Okay. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using... blah, 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 blah. Oh, does it want me to do it right now? Oh no, it's doing the little... No. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. Oh no. If the crosshairs start to pulsate... That's what she said. Press A to investigate further. A personal wind? What do you mean by personal wind? So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. The main character is Ryunosuke, it's not Kazuma. Our main character is under trial being accused for murder. He's being blamed for shooting a very important British gentleman from the British Empire. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Well, let's go ahead. Oh, wait, not yet? Do I have to wait till this is over? I guess I do. Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna take me right to it, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. That looks normal. Can I click on this? Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of malar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of malar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Oh, okay, so Kazuma, this case is personal for him because he wants to go to the British Empire, and the country is only accepting very few applicants, and I think there's over 100 people that want to go to the British Empire to study lawyering in the government. And this trial is very important because this will decide Kazuma's fate and whether or not he can still get to go to the British Empire. So this trial is very crucial and important for Ryunosuke and him too. We don't want our main character to get sent into jail, and we don't want our friend Kazuma here to get sent, to not go to the British Empire. That's what he really wants, and it's always been his dream. Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours. Post-procedure, until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. The medical card's information has been updated in the court record. So he can't actually eat. This new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Was it him? Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing out his gun at the poor man he was. A young lad in black. That much myself I did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Indeed, alone he was. The English gentleman, dining all by himself.
Is it this statement? Yeah. Because like, let me see. Wait, never mind. Go back. Record of dental work on the day of the murder. The victim had undergone dental treatment and had been prohibited from eating or drinking. And right here, we see that he had food. So that's obviously not his plate. I think we should present this statement.
Yes!
Well, I think, Oop.
About what are you wittering, young lad? Call your...
Wait, that's the wrong voice. Fuck. Oops.
Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could, but first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I can see quite clearly that in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you were thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Kurakuta-san. This is a medical report belonging to the victim.
Oh, yes. I see. And I don't see. Whatever, boy.
Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Near me. Have you forgotten my word so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But...
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
No. Wait, was I supposed to present? No, it didn't give me the option to. But that's, remember Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe the finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial any further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. The medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides the
This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
What? The outburst petrified me, boy! Of course I believe it! How can it possibly be relevant?
Perhaps because Hota Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted? Oh, what's this? Oh wait,
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
Just, what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat! So what?
It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No! That can't...
Korakuta-san! What, boy? What?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
No!
Additionally,
There's more?
you have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone.
But that cannot possibly be the case! Ugh.
Because the victim, as we now know,
Had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic! Ah!
expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? Oh, wrong voice.
These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see a plate of food of the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. It's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of on this new puzzle. I assume you are ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you are made of. Got it! So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been an as yet unknown third party. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You'll not let this go, will you? There was no such person!
Yes!
There was! Because I saw her! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma.
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, Council. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them! Those two witnesses in the stand! What? What are you talking about? We've demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied with giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? Who?
Negative! There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting! I was just following orders!
That's right! As the man says! Just as you never saw the digital woman! Just that you never saw the digital woman, that's what I meant to say. That's what they told us.
Oh. What? What did you just say, Kurakita-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. No, hold on, Lan. I was Say, you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with the lady from overseas? What?
Objection! What is the meaning of this? These witnesses gave full statements! Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple slip of the tongue! Order! Council, explain what is going on here! It's painfully clear now. You try to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth!
Absolutely not! Absolutely not! The prosecution knows nothing of this!
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
That's classified! So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't! This can't be happening! Ryunosuke, judging from the way they are reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Ouchi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to hold that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can confirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency! I had no idea any of this! I was ready to mission to God! I know nothing!
And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency? Oh, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes into my head. Okay, I think this is a good stopping point. So I'm going to end the stream here. Next time we will find out who exactly has the credentials to give people false testimonies into court. Yeah. Alright, so bye-bye. Thank you for coming, Kevas. It was nice to have you. Thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.